Waves lapped onto a beach over and over again. It was the kind of scenery that allowed the mind to wander peacefully. Your thoughts would lap into your brain like the waves to the sand. It was a quiet repetition that the gray soldiers on guard felt relieved to have. This was by far the safest assignment that any unit could possibly hope for. Just a few miles south, there was carnage and horror. But up here, it was good vibes and relaxation. A gray private by the name of Derek saw that there was an orange figure who had found his way onto the shore. The oranges weren't an unknown people to the grays, but it was a certainly rare meeting, as the oranges lived far off on another continent. Derek watched as the man made his way over to him. "Officer, they're coming. The Crusaders, they're coming. You have to warn your people." Back in Green Territory, Prime Minister Creed had called a meeting with his commanders. He was in a sour mood. There had been such little action as of late, and it was making him anxious to get the fight going once more. "Alright, Duncan. You've been commanding the troopers at the border for the last month or so. I want a status report, and your time had better be well used." "Sir, skirmishes at the border have been small in number, as you requested. It seems like the Tans also wanted to be laying low for a while, so it kind of worked out in that way. The only engagements that we've had have been either by accident or just by chance. Therefore, our troopers are for the most part very fresh, yet still keeping up with training and exercise." "Good, good," Creed said thoughtfully. "So it would seem our soldiers will be ready for a major engagement. Now, Commander Fresto, I know you are new to your post, but you will be treated with no leniency. Luckily for you, the last man to hold your position set the bar very low, but you don't want to make his mistakes. Trust me. So, status report on the soldiers that you have been training." "Yes, sir. The troopers have been coming along nicely. Their training is nearly completed, and they will make fine additions to the standing army. I would stake my reputation on it." "Well, you're going to be staking more than just your reputation on this. So, gather your soldiers. We're going to be giving them a trial by fire and attacking at the Tan front lines. There's a hillside that overlooks a few miles of territory. Capturing this position would make a considerable contribution to the fight in this sector. If you can capture the entrenched lines, then you will have solidified your position here. But be warned, the Tans have spies and scouts all over. They will surely send reinforcements once they catch a whiff of what we're up to." "Very well, sir. I'll make you proud."
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Daily Tactics here, and today I am back with some more Men of War Assault Squad 2, the Army Men Civil War series that we've been having. This is episode 4 of season 2, and today the Greens are coming out of their lull. So they haven't really been engaged too much in the war as of late. They've sort of been on the back burner, just sort of recuperating their troopers, but today Prime Minister Creed decided this is the day. This is when we're going to strike back against these Tans, who have also sort of been out of the war. Both sides sort of had a stalemate going for a little while there. But either way, Prime Minister Creed has entrusted General Fresto over here with his little ball cap. Very nice. He is going to be leading this green assault on the Tan hillside over here with this windmill, a very strategic position in the region that obviously the Tans are going to want to keep, so they have a lot of soldiers all over the place in here. They also have soldiers in the various sort of farmsteads out here. They've got Tan tanks, they've got them on these greenhouses, in this mill, there's troopers inside those walls. Over in this little village over here, holding this bridge, which I think will be a very interesting part of this battle. And the final defense is way over here with 2 artillery pieces, as well as a bunch of Tan soldiers defending over here. And then there's, odds and ends over here. There's some in this little house area. Basically, Tan soldiers inhabit this entire area surrounding the hill. And the Greens are coming from this direction, so they've got their main force over here on the right, a very small middle force over here, and then another larger-ish force over this way. And so they'll be sort of collapsing in on the Tan lines here, and hopefully striving for victory over here. Oh, I forgot, there's a massive military base area over here with trench lines and stuff like that for the Tans. This is a major place for engagements. This will be hard for the Greens to take, I think. But either way, I think it'll be a very exciting video. we'll get right on into it. Be right back. Alrighty then, you badlers, let's go ahead and press start and give this battle a look-see here. So the green soldiers come forward and basically immediately start pouring fire into this immediate tan village here. The Tans fighting back rather valiantly, not taking too many losses so far, but I mean, troopers are definitely going down. You kind of have to remember with this mod, since we haven't done it in a while, that the troopers take way less hits to die. In the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod and vanilla game, and some other mods, the troopers have some health to them, but in this one, it's 1 or 2 shots and these guys could easily be dead. So you gotta kind of keep that in mind when we're watching this. So the fact that these Tans are still holding out under the weight of almost the entirety of the green force over here is rather impressive, and they're getting a solid amount of kills too, so good for them. Green tanks, of course, supporting over here. Looks like 1 Sherman already down. And this M24 Chaffee up here leading the way. 1 Tan tank on the opposite riverbank over here down. This one up here on this hillside providing some cover fire for these troopers in the village from quite a ways away. A few more Tan troopers over here firing from the riverbank over this way. Ooh, my goodness. M24 Chaffee just absolutely blowing sky high right there. Whew, love to see it. Love to see those explosions. This village is sort of in last stand mode as there's not many troopers left alive, and those that are getting picked off one by one steadily by these green troopers as they come on through and really just crush them. Let's check in on the left side, see how it's going over here. Looks like both Tan tanks are in fact down over here, and the remaining soldiers are sort of in a last-ditch effort here as well. Oh, looks like we've got actually like a Tan soldier in this little fallout shelter area, and he's firing through this tiny little peephole here. That's pretty cool. I dig that. Yeah, look at him go. That's sick. Really good position, honestly, right there. And he could be lining up a few shots and actually getting some kills here as the Greens try in vain to shoot him down. Lots of green tanks over here down for the count. Is this M24 Chaffee is still alive? Why don't you just blow this thing sky high and eliminate that Tan soldier? Not too... Okay, well, he died anyway. Fell down the stairs. Poor dude. Surprisingly, still more Tan soldiers left alive in here. Very impressive. And back here, we've got, of course, more soldiers lined up against these stone walls, firing away. Sort of a firing squad manner. Looks like the troopers inside the house may have perished. There's still a few in front, though. The hill itself is fully getting engaged with the Greens, firing away with their small arms, as well as this anti-tank gun, but this tank itself has gone down. That's a shame right there. The bridge over here, still very much intact. They still got their anti-tank gun, which seems to be firing at this M24... Oh, sorry, it's not M24 Chaffee. This 76 Sherman is what I was trying to say. Green soldiers from this far right over here seem to be diverting towards the middle and attacking straight down, choosing to sort of ignore that bridge over there and choosing a much more head-on approach instead. I'm wondering what their sort of thought process behind that is, but that's what they're going for. A couple of snipers here too, taking some pot shots at the enemy, it does appear. Very nice. Well, if you have a sniper rifle, it's not really a pot shot. They're mainly actually aiming and doing a good job there. This anti-tank gun is still alive, which, although the Greens don't have many tanks left for it to target, it's still a very effective weapon because it can just go ahead and load HE, high explosive rounds, which is just devastating against infantry, so that's going to be a major problem. I wonder if there's any Tans left alive in this building. Wait, let's just check. Yeah, there's still 1 Tan left alive. Kind of hard to get a visual on him. He's actually gotten a number of kills, it seems. Holding this house. Very nice. Very nice. Oh my goodness. Look here. This entire greenhouse is just decimated. Oh, that is really brutal right there. That's tough. Green soldiers seem to be diverting to the right over here, trying to eliminate the last from hitting sort of line of soldiers for the Tans over here. These guys really only have rifles. That's the most common weapon you'd find in the Tan armory, since they don't exactly have the greatest of small arms. They're pretty basic, but they do have amazing tanks, so that's sort of their advantage there. And we did see that sort of in action here as the green tanks got decimated early on the battle, while the tan tanks and anti-tank weapons did stay alive for far longer. So it's sort of turning into a infantry-only battle from now on. Maybe a few tanks are getting repaired, but we're not going to be able to expect too much more action out of them. Green's starting to cross the road here, getting closer and closer to the tans. That's a double-edged sword because, you know, they're getting closer, so they'll get more accurate, but the tans behind defensive positions will also be getting more accurate and far more capable of firing at these greens and taking them out quite nicely. The hill here is getting brutally destroyed. This anti-tank gun has sustained heavy damage, somehow still kicking. This tank tank crew operator, anti-tank crew, I don't know. He's still bravely firing away, and we can see that thing in action. Like I said, these high explosive rounds are devastating some of these greens who are trying to cross this river, having a tough time at it, taking a lot of losses along the way. Another major crossing over here, and actually the bridge is almost entirely left untouched, and these troopers are now being able to fire down at the oncoming greens. While they were anticipating an attack head-on, this is just as good because now they can sort of fire downwards and have the high ground advantage with their cover. That's not bad. That could work out in their favor quite nicely. Though these guys on the immediate left are getting pretty slaughtered, and they've lost their anti-tank gun here. That's a shame, but still plenty of troopers there to hold the line. This main military base area over here is still very intact. Only a few troopers going down so far over here. They're looking good. Also, this anti-tank gun over here still firing away at these green oncomers. These anti-tank guns are far more resilient than I really thought. I think they do actually provide pretty good cover for the troopers manning them, because as you can see, the cover plate for the anti-tank gun, the armor, is damaged. This thing is broken, but it's still in front of this soldier, and really all it's peeking out is just the very brim of his helmet. So he's in relative safety there. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. But he is at danger for a flank over here, as these troopers have seemingly taken care of the tan lines over here, and are now starting to dart to the left a little bit and sort of cut across. They're going to come up and over this hill, which will give them the high ground, and they'll be able to take out these tans on the opposite side of the hill. That'll be a pretty nice play, but they got to remember there's still more tans up on this opposite end of the hill too, so these guys will put up a little defense against the oncoming greens. So we're seeing a pretty large pack of green soldiers over here, couple in the middle. These guys got kind of wiped out, and then to the left over here we've got a large pack of greens as well, but these guys are really going up against this bridge over here. And it looks like a few green soldiers tried to cross the bridge, or tried to flank around the back maybe. Oh, we might be seeing it right here. A sniper going forward. Look at this. Whoa! Well, he got a kill. Gotta give him that. That's props to him, man. Alright, I think we can enact the tank repair rule now. There's only one tank seemingly that needs it, so we'll activate it on this. And then any tan soldiers, we have the retreat rule as well, meaning we can retreat any soldiers that we think are in desperate need of retreating. I honestly think we should leave these guys where they are because, well, this is not looking promising. Hey, they handled that nicely. Yeah, these guys are getting a lot of kills, and I think they're actually doing a really good service to the tan army, and it would be worse for me to retreat them to keep them where they are. So we're not going to enact the retreat rule there, because if the retreat would be worse for the army in question, what are these guys doing? Then we don't do it. That's been the rule the whole time. Meanwhile, these troopers up here, well, they all died, and these guys are obviously in a very stark position there, a very promising one, so I don't think we're going to enact the tan retreat at all. I think that'll be fine. So the greens get to benefit from this repair rule, while the tans are in a pretty solid position, and I don't think anything really needs repairs. Repairing these guns wouldn't do anything. It would just fix the armor plate, and it would just get the driver killed. And the armor plate's not really a necessity when you're going up against infantry only, so there's no point in doing that. By the way, tan artillery back here, let's see. They still have ammo. I don't think the greens have really come into range for them to start firing at them yet, so that's still a threat the Greens are going to have to deal with later on in the battle. Seems like some Greens have tried to crest over the hill here and fire down at the Tan army below. Getting a few kills in the process, but the Tan lines here are still very, very strong. I think they're going to need assistance from this tank if this thing can ever get on forward. It's still repairing, so hopefully the Greens sort of stall a little bit and they don't exude too much effort. They don't lose too many troopers in the process, and they just sort of chill out and let the tank come in to help them a little bit. Though the Tans still have a large number of anti-tank weapons at their disposal, as well as smaller arms like bazookas, so I don't know, man. This could be certainly very, very tough. These Greens are really trying to get up here, and they're getting slaughtered by a few Tan soldiers. We got one trooper with a Mosin Nagant, one with a revolver, and 3 SMG troopers. These guys holding out like crazy. Oh, there's a sniper over here too. Whack. My goodness. How many kills does this pistol guy have? None. Alright, fair enough. This guy's got 2. This guy's got 5. Wow. This guy's got 1. That guy's got 3. And the sniper has 4. Interesting. So the pistol guy is the only one not pulling his weight, but he only has a pistol. What do you expect? Pretty dope, though. Pretty BA, if you ask me. Alright, these troopers coming under some more fire from above this hill. Once more, as more Green soldiers try to come at them, but they're really having a lot of trouble. This is tough to attack downwards like this. Let's see, is this Green tank fixed? No. Sad. It might be coming in a little too late. Too many of the infantry troopers for the Greens might be dying before that thing does anything to help out. This flame trooper here has a great opportunity. I don't think it has the angle on these guys, and I don't think he wants to shoot straight up, or else the flames will cascade back down at his own men. But if he could get that thing off and just take out these troopers up here, that'd be huge. That would be a huge thing for them. I'm not sure it'll happen, though. Big sad on that one. Tan's still chilling here, doing alright. This Green attack is really screeching to a halt here. I think they lost too many troopers on these initial attacks, and that's really costing them in the late game here. They did not optimize their troops very well, and they're being very foolhardy over here. This is not a good situation to be in. Oh my goodness, that sniper just decked that guy trying to come up there. Huh. Wowza. Yeah, these Green troops are failing at every stop there. And over here, this Tan base is holding strong. Like, these troopers probably had enough soldiers at the beginning of this hill battle to, you know, pour some fire down there and take out a lot of Tans, but they didn't take the cover over here, which they should have. Instead, they chose to shoot out in the open in the middle ground, and over here too. Still pretty out in the open, and that wasn't very smart because it left them too susceptible to a lot of fire. No bueno. Oh my goodness, the tank is repaired. It cometh forward. It cometh forward. Oh, there's a lot of Greens actually stalling back here and not coming forward. So we'll bring them forward with the tank. Get those guys coming this way. We'll also put 3 of them into the tank just so they fully man it. That's part of the tank repair rule. We've done that in the past. It's just a part of this series. If you guys are new to this series, we have a rule where 4 defenders, if they need to retreat back because they're in a poor position, we will do so. And with tanks, if they need repairs, we'll do that as well. So just in case if you're not super familiar with this series or it's your first episode watching, that's sort of an established thing that we do. Either way, these Green soldiers coming on forward here, attacking the front of the bridge, actually firing some bazooka shots this way, not quite managing to destroy these barricades. That's a little surprising. Oh, that's a good try right there. The tank is like going off into the fog of war over here and firing from the side. Not a bad strat actually, because it's sort of pegging these Tans from the side. These guys aren't going to last very long, so I think we will do the retreat rule. If these guys can manage to get on back here. Just absolutely book it to this village, guys. Go, go, go! Make it there! I think they might actually get away. Oh my goodness, that poor sod. Got pegged in the back. Oh no, this guy's getting shot too. The greens are real far though. I think he'll make it. Very nice, very nice. So the retreat rule did end up getting enacted there at some point. Nice. Okay, so now that these green soldiers over here have green tank coming forward, as well as a few green infantry reinforcements over here. Not a lot, but at least some. They might have a chance at taking out these tan soldiers. And it looks like this tank gun did get defeated at some point. So that's one less thing for this green tank to worry about. It's staying to the outskirts. Actually a pretty smart strategy. Like if you hang really far away from the infantry and fire from afar, might have a chance at doing something here. Still needs to worry about these artillery pieces though, once it comes into range of them, because these things have anti-tank shells, believe it or not, that can take out tanks. So that's going to be a danger. Not to mention bazookas will be a problem at some point. If the tank makes the mistake of getting too close, one or two, oh, and it did just get bazooka shot. It's still alive. Yeah, you are too close right now, buddy. You are far too close, and it gets tracked right there. I don't even know if it's still alive. It is still alive, but it's still getting pegged by bazookas. Oh, we got a brave soldier coming up onto the... Nope, he's backing out. It's not even firing at this point. I think it's concussed from all the bazooka shots it's taking. Come on, man, fire that weapon. Why isn't it firing? Bruh. It's so bad. Oh, okay. It just doesn't want to fire. And there it goes. Engine eviscerated. Whoa! Mamma mia. So that tank really didn't end up being helpful to the greens in the slightest. That's real tough. That is real tough. Very few green soldiers remaining over here. A few green soldiers remaining over here. This is looking abysmal, to say the least. Greens definitely don't have enough troopers to take this position, let alone this village over here, and the very back lines of the tans either, with artillery pieces that still haven't really come into range. Actually, this one took out a tank and 5 infantry apparently, and this one's done nothing, so oh well. Oh, maybe this actually struck that tank. I'm not fully sure. This tank started off so promising by staying to the outskirts and things like that, and then it just ruined it. Just completely ruined it. Oh my goodness. These green soldiers really don't stand a chance. One sniper is doing all the firing for them, as the rest of the troopers are clearly out of range from the military base up there at the moment. So this sniper's trying to soften them up, but there's a lot of tans here. I don't know. Oh, and the tan snipers are returning fire, actually. You can see one here, one here. I think that might be it. I'm looking for more. Ooh, a bit more fire sparking up this way as a brave soldier with an M1 Garand pops up there and takes a few shots. Looks like he might have actually gotten a kill or two. Was that him, maybe? Not fully sure. I'd like to think he didn't die in vain, but it's entirely possible. Entirely. I mean, the Tans did actually take a number of losses on the left side of this base here, but not enough for it to be overcome. Not enough in the slightest. At least the Greens managed to take this bridge, although they were pretty badly embarrassed here, and the Tans managed to get away, a few of them, one of them, so kind of sad. This flame trooper's actually doing a nice little army crawl forward. He might, if he army crawled forward and just poured fire onto this trench line, that'd be a game changer. That could that could possibly result in a win for the Greens. Like, straight up. If they manage to do that, that'd be pretty huge. Like, I actually lost where he went. Where'd he go? Oh, he's right there. Okay. He's in a bush. A bush. That'd be pretty brilliant if he managed to do that, but not sure if he's gonna have the guts or the prowess to do so. Might not happen. These Greens really camouflaging super well. This is their territory. Seriously. But once again, that camouflage is not going to help them if they can't get a foothold here and wipe out this trench line, which is just so heavily ingrained here. Really, really brutal. Just slight skirmishing kind of going on right now. I think Commander Fretzo, he's probably dead at some point in this battle. Let me know in the comment section if you actually saw him go down, because genuinely I'm not quite sure where he died at. It honestly could have been anywhere. Like, it's possible he could have gone down in the very early stages of this battle, or very, very late and very recently in the game. Not fully sure. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do a last hoorah here for the Greens. Alright, let's send forward those guys over that way, and these last remaining troopers over that way. We'll give them a good cover position so they can make a last-ditch effort here. And they are getting some good fire out, but under a heavy fire themselves. Oh, and these guys are actually susceptible to the artillery, maybe. Or maybe not. Well, they're just dead now, so there's that. Last remaining Greens over here, putting up a nice little fight. There's about 5 of them left, taking cover behind this little boat. It's about time. Healing up real quick. They know this is going to be tough. This is not boding well for them. It's not boating well for them. Get it? Little play on words there. Very nice. And he's dead. 3 left. Should we try Ramboing them? That's always kind of fun. Actually, you know what? Pick up this guy's. Oh, apparently you can't. Okay, never mind. Oh no, he's dead. It's gonna have him pick up the Flame Trooper kit, which would have been kind of cool, but didn't manage to make it happen. This is just no man's land. Oh, and that other guy died too. So that's the end of the battle there. Yellow are the green losses, red are the tan losses on the battlefield represented right now. Greens lost so many troopers in these early engagements, and I think that's what really did them in the end. They weren't able to recover after that. And then these weakened forces up here just didn't have the troopers to push in and take this area, so it's a real shame. But they put up a good fight. I mean, they eliminated a solid amount of men in this area. I mean, they did do something, which is nice. No one in this village or this camp over here died, but I mean, a lot of tans did end up biting the dust. But they held strong. I mean, far less troopers were in this area than the amount of Greens that were attacking and died here. So the fact that these guys killed probably double the amount of troopers they were defending against is very, very impressive, and sad for the Greens because they weren't able to do anything after losing so many guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment and subscribe if you did. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.